So hello everyone, welcome back to another class of NPSC Combined Technical General Studies mock test. So this is a continuation of the series on NPSC Combined Technical. I've uploaded up to 5 mock tests. So this is the 6th mock test. 6th mock test of the General Studies. And before I start my class, I would like to also announce that there's full-length mock test. So if you're interested, you can register and see and assess your preparation level with this mock test. There are 2 mock tests, so you can register. So let us start with the class. That is first question. With reference to the role of the cabinet, consider the following statements. So polity la question is it deals with all major legislative and executive matters. It is an advisory body to the president, but advice is not binding on him. So which of the following is correct? Is it A 1, 2, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 or 2? So cabinet to ke juglo do ekta close highest decision making body is of the political and administrative system of India, and number 1 is correct because it deals with all major legislative and executive matters. To cabinet na obodeza, cabinet means cabinet minister do prime minister by head grow, it is the home minister, finance minister, defense minister, external affairs minister, and that's all. So this is the cabinet. And number 2, it is an advisory body, but its advice are not binding on him. So advisory body do ase, but its advice is not binding, not tan ki koi do president ba manibu lage. So the answer is only 1. That is option number A is the correct answer. Let us study in detail about this. So the cabinet is the highest decision making body of the political and administrative system of India. It is a central government policy making body. Aro it is the central government supreme executive authority. Aro president advisory bodies and its recommendation are legally binding on him. So it is incorrect. Or it addresses all legislative and financial issues. It does. So this is the correct answer. Let us go to the next question. Question number 2. Who among the following founded the Asiatic Society of Bengal in 1784? So this question is from modern history. So Asiatic Society of Bengal 1784 de kunba found kurse. So the answer is what? It's option number A, Sir William Jones. Let us study in detail. Sir William Jones, though, he was a British Orientalist and jurist, that is, he was a judge, and he established the Asiatic Society of Bengal 1784 and it was formed to encourage Oriental studies in India. Aro kung ba support kurse udu tamde Warren Hastings ba support kurse, and the headquarters of the Asiatic Society of Bengal was in Kolkata, and Indians were first admitted as members of the Asiatic Society of Bengal in 1829. So the answer is what? Sir William Jones. This is the answer. Next question. Which of the following statement is correct relating to the transfer payment? So it is from economics. So transfer payment la first tala definition is it A? These payments are viewed as wealth redistribution from well compensated to poorly compensated. Option number B, government payments made to individuals through social programs are not transfer payment. Government payments or corporations are also referred to as payment, transfer payment. Or option number D, transfer payment is a two-way payment made to people or organization in which no goods and services are exchanged or are given or exchanged. So what is the answer? Transfer payment the case of direct benefit transfer don't request there. For example, government la subsidy kan ki case tila especially poor or PPL families can get payment goal. So which is the most suitable answer? Option number A is the correct answer. That is, these payments are viewed as wealth distribution from well compensated to the poorly compensated. So let us study in detail about this. So transfer payment, it is a one-way payment made to people or organizations for which no goods and services are given or exchanged. It statement 2 4 that actually the wrong as a goods be exchange be. So These payments are viewed as well redistribution from the well compensated to the poorly compensated. So statement 1 is correct. It was created for humanitarian reasons as well as to help stimulate the economy by putting more money into the people's hands during the times of economic distress. So this is the answer. Next question. So this is from Science and Tech. That is, consider the following species: mollusks, mosses, or lichens. Which of the above mentioned species are sensitive to environmental changes in its ecosystem and gives early warning about climate change? So, itu tinta species is and this which of these are indicators of climate change? For example, climate change related itu tinjun gibi effect way. So what is the answer? Is it A and B, C, B and C, or A, B, C? So what is the answer? The answer is what? Option number D. That is all of the above. Mollusk to itu panila bidodi thakha to Moses to itu damp area de holakan. So these are all the changes. These are all the species that changes when due to climate change. So let us study in detail itu tang kina change kore. So indicator species are that flora and fauna which define a particular trait or change in the environment. Such species are sensitive to environmental change and can act as early warning regarding adverse climate changes in a particular area. For example, lichens to indicate air pollution, water pollution, heavy metals as well as radioactive particles. Algae can be as indicators that is down indicate high metal levels in marine ecosystem. These are the indicators. So let us go to the next question. This is from Polity again. Consider the following statement about the President's rule under Article 356. Option number A. The President takes over the administration of a state in case its constitutional machinery breaks down. Statement number 2. The President's action during a state emergency cannot be challenged in a court of law. So, which of the following statements is or are correct? Is it 1 only, 2, 1 and 2, or neither 1 or 2? So, Article 356 by President's rule or state emergency by Udumde kita ekta state la, for example Manipur la state tum bishi problem dushe. Because of this president rule aise, that means president ma directly rule korlo pare. So option 1 is correct. Next, statement number 2. President's action cannot be challenged. So this is wrong because president ma, for example ulta pulta decision ekta baniche or that he or she makes a decision that affects the state or further increases the problem. So itula tala action ba aro more chaos, more problem, more protest anije. So it challenge koro parana na pare kole it can be challenged. So this is wrong. So only one is correct. That is option number E is the correct answer. Let us study in detail. So Article 356 deals with the provisions in case of failure of constitutional machinery in state. It borrows a provision from Section 93 of the Government of India Act 1935. According to Article 356, the President of India has the authority to impose president rule in any state of the nation and suspend state government if he or she is satisfied that the situation has arisen in which the government of a state cannot be carried out in accordance with the provision of the Constitution. Statement 1 is correct. So this is the answer. Next question. So this question is from General Science. Consider the following statement with reference to the white blood cell in the human body. White blood cells are colorless due to lack of hemoglobin. White blood cells are the first line of defense against the pathogens. So if you're a science student, you may already know the answer, and if some other arts background matter, so this is for them. So option number 1 to correct ase because white blood cell to colorless ase. Red blood cell to colorless, red color ase because of hemoglobin. And white blood cell to first line of defense ase. For example, kiki cold, aro fever, and sordi zukam idon dakhile to cough kan idon the virus kan ase. So white blood cell kan the first line of defense ase. So the answer is what? Option number C, that is both 1 and 2. Let us study in detail about this. So the red color of blood is due to the presence of hemoglobin, or the red blood cell. White blood cells are colorless due to the lack of hemoglobin. White blood cells alag namde ke leukocytes and they are the first line of defense against diseases. The second line of defense is a group of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to protect the environment, the body, and this is the immune system. So this is the answer. Next question. Question number 7. This is from modern history. That is, which of the following is the correct description of Lexi Loco Loci Act 1850? So Lexi Loco Act 1850 is it a? It enacted to ban the use of printed cotton textiles in India. It allowed a Hindu who converted to a different faith to inherit his ancestral property. It abolished the slavery in all forms in British India. It aimed to abolish the racial prejudice from the Indian Penal Code. So the correct description is option number what? B. That is, it allowed a Hindu who had converted to different faith to inherit his ancestral property. Because 1850 the British, they were using the Christian missionaries to convert many Hindus into Christians. So because change of religion hogane takana family ancestral property that they could not be inherited. So the British government passed a rule, that is the Lexi Loci Act. That is, for example, like the Ram gonna Manoj. He was originally a Hindu, and if he is converted to Christian, then he will still be able to inherit his family property. So option number B is the correct answer. So let us start in detail. So the Lexi Loci Act was presented in 1845 and was passed in 1850. It imparted the right to take over ancestral property of Hindu converts to Christianity. This act, the Hindus probably believe, will open the floodgates to Christian conversion. This law preserved the civil right of religious converters, and he felt that it was against the Hindu religious law of property and one of the major causes of the revolt of 1857. So this is the answer. Next question. Fiat money is not a note question. So what is fiat money not a? So fiat money, is it a currency that is backed by physical commodities like gold and silver, money that has no intrinsic value, money based on the credibility of the issuing government, or money that value depends upon the performance of a country's economy? So fiat money to monai do paisa la nisna che, that is mon idea mon currency note control idong fiat money ko. So which is not kushigledo? It is not backed by gold or silver. So this is the wrong answer. Let us study in detail about this. So fiat money is a currency that lacks intrinsic value. It is a promise by a government or a central bank that the currency is capable of being exchanged for its value of goods in goods. So it mona paisa nisna, for example, in a 500 note, if you read it to tikpa purishiklu uto pitode likina to, that is, I promise the bearer a sum of rupees 500 rupees. That means RBI, who printed the money, they are giving a promise to the user or the citizen that itu paisa ba 500 rupees paisa ba tai itula value la samandu tu low barbo na dose. So these are fiat money. It was established as a legal tender by the government regulation, and unlike traditional money, tai gold or silver by ko support mogre. And fiat currency or real currency, real money or national currency is distinguished from virtual currency or digital currency. So this is the answer. Next question. So this is from geography. Match the following option number list number A, bioreserve sector, and state Manas, Sundarbans, Nanda Devi, or Panchmarhi. Our state, the Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Assam, and West Bengal. So biosphere reserves kange match kure. So Manas Manas is very famous for the one-horned rhino along with Kaziranga National Park. So Manas to kya it is Assam. Next, Sundarbans though for the Royal Bengal tiger. So it is West Bengal. So duita to already paise, so we can get an idea that option number A is 3 and B is 4, and rest though we can make it out. C though 2 that means Nanda Devi though Uttarakhand and Panchmari though Madhya Pradesh. So the answer is option number D, A3, B4, C2 and D1. Let us study in detail about this. So Manas National Park to Assam laje established as a UNESCO World Heritage Site 1985 December, and as a Project Tiger Reserve, Elephant Reserve and Biosphere Reserve. It is located on the Himalayan foothills of Assam. Sundarbans to UNESCO Biosphere Reserve by UNESCO in 2001. Tiger Reserve and it is in West Bengal. Nanda Devi National Park to it is in Uttarakhand. It course as Nanda Devi and the Valley of Flowers National Park. Panchmari to 1999 established in Madhya Pradesh, and 3 wildlife conservation units is Bori Sanctuary, Satpura and Panchmari Sanctuary. So this is the answer. Next question and the last question for today. Green Voyage 2050 project is related to which of the following? Green Voyage 2050, is it a zero marine plastic pollution by ship, zero damage to marine biodiversity by ship, zero greenhouse gas emission by ship, or zero oil spillage by ship? So Green Voyage 2050 project it is the answer option number C, that is ship can gas generate korda zero korda. So let us study in detail. The Green Voyage 2050 project it is a project supporting shipping transition towards a low carbon future. India though selected as a pioneer-led country by the International Maritime Organization Green Voyage 2050 project to reduce greenhouse gases from ships. So India is a signatory to this convention. So this is the answer. So with this, the mock test number 6 of CTSE is completed. And if you are still interested in the mock test, the link is provided here. You can register and help yourself with your mock test. This will be very helpful for your NPSC Combined Technical General Studies preparation. So I'll be winding up the class for today, and I wish you all the best for your exam. Thank you.